guys, it's cleaning day in the ball python room, and I was thinking, you know, as I look at my great ball pythons, I've got all these different morphs. I thought, what are the 5 most popular incomplete dominant traits that we see in ball pythons? So I did my research. Let me break it down for you. And we're going to do things a little bit different around here today. Instead of starting with the least popular and working our way to the most popular, we're going to start with the most popular, because everybody knows that the pastel ball python is the most popular ball python morph out there, and for good reason. Pastel ball python has those great colors coming through, the high yellows, they've got the mixed up pattern and the green eyes. It's no wonder when you add pastel to another copy of pastel and produce super pastels that the blushing in the head comes through even more. The yellows stay brighter, especially through adulthood, and the wacky pattern is just amazing. It's no wonder that the pastel ball python is the most popular ball python morph out there. Now that takes us to number 2. What do you say could be behind pastel? Well, that in fact is yellow belly. Now I don't have any yellow belly in my collection, but man, the yellow belly by itself is interesting. It's allelic with a whole number of other genes. It's got that cool yellow pattern on its belly, and when you add 2 copies of the yellow belly gene, man, you get an ivory ball python. Now it was thought that the ivory ball python was only going to be a white snake, but people have proved it wrong. When you add leopard to it, leopard brings out some dark patterns in the ivory ball python, and man, it just looks impressive. It's no wonder that yellow belly is the 2nd most popular ball python gene out there. All right, that takes us to number 3, which is the Enchi. Man, people say that everything looks better with Enchi, and they're not wrong. You've got the reduced pattern on the Enchi, you've got the orange coloring coming up through the pattern, and it just looks great. And then on top of that, if you have the super Enchi, man, it just blows my mind away. Super reduced pattern, high contrast in the coloring, and it just looks great. It's no wonder that everybody should have Enchi in their collection. I know I do. Do you? All right, guys, we're at number 4, and this one is a big one. We've got the banana ball python. The banana made its debut years ago, and when it first came out, people were paying out a high price for the banana ball python because of it's so beautiful. It's got that orangey color, got that pink in it, and as it ages, it ripens just like a banana, and you get that beautiful speckling. Now I've got my boy Bananarama here. He's got a lot of genes in him. That's why you don't see that speckling coming through. But man, he is impressive, and I love my banana ball python. Now when it comes to supers have a little bit of variability in the banana. But boy, it really shows through when you add 2 bananas together and you get an even brighter snake, and it's obvious that there's something else going on in there other than just one copy of the banana. So after consideration, it's no wonder that the banana ball python is one of the most popular and sought after ball pythons out there. All right, guys, we're at the end, and that takes us to the Mojave ball python. Mojave by itself is so impressive. You've got these keyhole sides, you've got the bright yellow, you've got the Mojave coloring, you've got the white belly, and better than that is with Mojaves you can make blue-eyed leucistics. When you got 2 copies of the Mojave, boy, you're gonna get a beautiful blue-eyed leucistic, and there's nothing quite like them. They just look great. They're impressive. You have friends come over to your house and you say, hey, you want to check out my snake? And once they discover that it's a white snake with blue eyes, their jaws will drop to the floor. It's no wonder that the Mojave ball python is one of the most popular ball python morphs out there. Okay, guys, I told you that we were going to do 5, but there are actually some honorable mentions here. We've got 6, 7, and 8 to go, and I couldn't just skip by these things because let me tell you what, these ball python morphs are super popular and for good reason. In the number 6 spot, we've got the leopard ball python. Leopard is something that I don't have, but I'd be wrong if I told you that I don't want it. Of course I want leopard in my collection, and one day I'm going to get it. It looks great. It's an enhancer gene. It's dark, scrambles up the pattern. It just looks great, and it can do, there are so many possibilities with it. It's just hard to imagine all the combos. I've seen some amazing combos with the leopard gene. Takes us to number 7. Number 7 is a ball python morph that I don't have, but it looks great. It's the orange dream. Now, in my opinion, it's hard to find a really high contrast orange dream ball python, but that doesn't mean they're not out there. You just need to do a little bit of looking. And when you add your orange dream into your pied combinations, into your clown combinations, it just crisps things up, makes things brighter, and makes things last. Orange dream, baby. That takes us to the last honorable mention here. And of course, you gotta have some lesser, right? Pair it up with banana, pair it up with a Mojave. Lesser looks great with just about everything, and for good reason. It is one of the most ball python morphs after all. It looks great. A little bit of reduction in pattern, bring some color in there. Now, everybody should have lesser. I know I do. You should too. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. This has been a fun video to have. Please consider subscribing. This has been Steven from Clutch Pythons. We'll see you next time.